Tell you what, I've been nervous all day. I'm at Sandown and it's my first chance to drive a V8 supercar. And not just any V8 supercar, Craig Lowndes' V8 supercar, running second in the championship, got a real chance to win. And now it's starting to rain. Don't you just love Melbourne weather? I'm not sure I really want to drive now. Yes, I do. Oh, come on. So Craig, mate, this is your Red Bull Racing V8 supercar. Tell us a bit about it.
Well, it's a Holden Commodore VF, but obviously we completely changed the inside of it. We obviously put a roll cage, different seat, different cockpit. Run a 5-litre V8, about 640, 650 horsepower, transaxle gearbox. Now this is car of the future, so it's very different to what we had in our previous models.
Okay, how different is it to drive than those old V8 supercars?
Vastly different. Now we've got an independent rear end, transaxle, which means we've moved the gearbox in and married it into the diff, put it all out the back. We've actually pushed the motor lower, further back into the firewall, so the weight is more balanced across the car. The fuel tank has come forward into the back seat in I suppose, relevance terms. So again, the power to weight and the weight of the car is a lot more balanced than what we had previously.
Okay, mate, so the third and most important question, you're about to let me loose in this car. Are you mad?
No, because I don't own it. So I have no problem you driving it.
Fantastic. So what do I need to look out for? Are they fairly easy for amateurs like me?
Look, they're a nice car to drive at a certain level. When you're trying to push the envelope and trying to get the maximum out of them, yes, they become difficult. You'll find the steering a little bit heavier than normal. Brake pedal will be definitely heavier. Horsepower will be a lot more. But again, the weight of the car is very similar to a road car. So all that side of it, you'll get used to it really quick.
Cool. All right. Well, why don't you show me around the office, mate?
Yeah, come have a look.
So Craig, I mean, straight away I can see a lot of differences compared to a Commodore that I've driven. But the one that strikes me as the most interesting is the driving position.
The seat position and the seat where it is also safe. Notice that it's further closer to the centre of the car, crumple zone or a side impact, and of course it's being pushed back, so we're actually in line with the B pillar. And the B pillar on the side of a car on a side impact is the strongest point. So we're very lucky as drivers that the category's gone to a lot of nth degree to make our little cockpit or our cell as safe as we can get.
Okay. Now I'm going to go out for about 4 or 5 laps. Apart from the steering wheel, the pedals, now the shifter, that looks a bit different too.
Well, you have. If I take the steering wheel off, because it does come off, there's a lot of buttons here, but you won't need to worry about them from what we're doing it. We normally have a couple of paddles for radio and headlight flashing, but obviously the gear lever, the tall one, 6-speed sequential gearbox, just pull it back. But you can be careful that you don't get neutral. If you keep going back to first, you can go one more and end up in neutral. So there is a lockout for reverse, so that's not a problem, but you can actually get neutral. So street circuits like at Adelaide or at Simmons Plains, very careful that you don't go extra gear because you do need to have first gear. The 2 bars or the 2 levers beside you, the blue and the red one, the sway bar adjusters, just to obviously stiffen or soften off the roll of the car. They're the only adjustments we have as drivers as we drive to make any adjustments to the car. So the red one's rear, blue one's forward. Go forward, stiff, back, softer.
All right, well I'm dead keen to have a go, so I better get my gear on. But while I'm doing that, any advice?
Just be nice and smooth. Like anything in most road cars or any race car, the smoother you are with it, the nicer it is. As I said, they're easy to drive to a level. It's when you go past that level and you want to find that last second in a lap time, the cars will start to move around. The beauty about the car of the future, we went up to from a 17 to an 18-inch wheel, which gave us a little bit more low profile tyre. So the car doesn't wallow around so much on the Dunlop tyre or anything like that.
Okay, fantastic. is sensational. That's the most amazing thing I think I've ever done in a car. I was supposed to have 3 laps, but they just kept waving me past. I reckon I had 6 or 7. And I could have done another dozen more. I don't feel like I really got anywhere near what a car like this is capable of. I mean, that said, Lowndes said to me that taking this car up to 8 tenths, it is really benign and really easy to do, but extracting that last 2 tenths, that's what the professionals get paid to do. And it never felt like it scared me, this car. I mean, we weren't taking it to the limit, but it always felt like everything I did, every little input I did, it responded just so precisely and yet so ferociously, slamming in the back, the brakes, the way they shed speed, turning into a corner, it just, you touch the steering wheel, it just starts aiming for the apex. I could do that all day. But they're asking me to get out of the car now. My day is over. I didn't think we would get a chance with the rain, but we did. And I am so glad. Now I think you can just go and leave me to my moment.